I was like,
You
oh,
just
this
get there,
creeps me
you're
out.
like, well, that's an
Because like
indirect yes.
prostitution's straight up legal there. So like there were a few nights where I would go out with like I actually know it was I would go out by myself. I'd like
Okay.
go out to buy no, I did not. I'd just go out to like buy a soda and like I'd be standing in line. Like not at a bar. Like I'm saying like buy a soda in a convenience store.
Yeah.
And then like this is all in Spanish. So the first like 3 or 4 times I had no idea what was going on. I thought a girl was hitting on me. And so she would come up to me, I'd be standing in line, and she'd be like I think it'd be like either you look good or I look good. And then I'd like not say anything because I wouldn't know what was going on yet.
Yeah.
And I'd just sit there. And then she'd just go, you buy me drink? And that was like the universal signal in Peru apparently for like prostitution was like buy me a drink, like it means something else, and like this
Yeah.
signal means like I want to fuck you or whatever.
Jesus.
So it was
That's
like,
crazy
huh? Oh
shit.
no, it's not this signal. This one's this one's gay. I think I can't remember what it is. I don't know. She would give me some kind of hand signal, and I wouldn't know what it
Like,
means until like 6 weeks of me being there, and I had to ask like a 9-year-old. I was like, "Hey, what does this mean?"
he's
He's
like,
like, "Oh, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that." He's like,
the
I was like,
9-year-old
"Why?"
knows.
Yeah, I
The
was like,
9-year-old
"Why?" And he's like, "That means you want to fuck me." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I don't mean that. I don't mean that."
knows.
He's like, "I'm good." I'm like, Gerardo, we're okay."
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy shit, dude. Was it a culture shock going down there though? Like,
Culture shock going down there. I
yeah,
would say not as much for me because I just was like, I'm gonna embrace it at every point because like people around me were hitting culture shock, and
yeah.
I just developed this attitude of like I'm not gonna get it. I don't get how you could get culture shock, and then I came home, and holy shit, I got culture shock so badly. That 8 hours in the airport, I didn't know what was going on. I missed my flight because like I just wasn't used to America yet.
That's crazy.
Like I figured there was gonna be like people be like I didn't think people would be mean. Like I was so when some dude was like, you can't get like the door had just shut and I was like, please, you gotta let me on. He was like, no. I was genuinely amazed. In Peru, something like that would have never happened. And
That's
like
crazy.
I'm not even talking like as a white person, you could give them money. Like that's what a lot of people I feel like would think I mean. But like actually I mean like they'd be like, yeah, sure, fuck it. Like open the door.
Yeah,
Like
kind of just like
and
a, I don't know,
I was
courteous.
talking to people, like I was thinking like because in Peru when people walk by you and they say hey, like they actually mean hey, what's up? Like how are you? Who are you? Kind of
That's
deal.
cool.
And
Like,
so
there's definitely not.
people I would see them and they would like give me a head nod and I'd be like, "Hey, what's up?" And they'd be like, "What the fuck? Like, well, who is this jackass?" Like I was acknowledging you, not wanting to talk to you.
Yeah,
Like,
dude, I feel that too. I've definitely recognized that. Even just like, I mean, I haven't been to Peru, but I've definitely just noticed that in general.
yeah.
The
Oh yeah.
acknowledgement, like the actual, let's have a conversation.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's right. Yeah. But,
Because I always say it because they used to ask me at like year on to like to define the difference because that was like the big thing that I used to say like why I loved Peru was like it was different like that way. So they would
yeah,
ask me like how to define it and I would always say like in Peru they valued knowing you like in America we value knowing about you.
that's a good way to put it.
Like we know your social media, we know like all those people that Steve like and I like met in high school, like playing basketball or in like high school and middle school playing basketball, like we follow on Instagram. We like know them. We know they're basketball players, like
But
stuff like
like,
that. But we
where
don't
else
know
is it?
anything about
Yeah,
them. Yeah,
that's
like shit
true.
like that. Like it's like, oh fuck, this is like different.
Yeah, it's more. What do you say? It's more genuine then. Like it's like more like an actual genuine connection rather than just like
Hmm.
a I know this person.
Yeah, and I think that's because like it's all they got.
Yeah, it's
Like
definitely yeah. Then that definitely must have been different. I don't know. I sometime in my life I want to travel to somewhere that's just completely different than where I'm
yeah.
at.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it like third world. Like people who went with me would call it like third world sometimes. And I'd be like, this isn't third world. Like it never got that bad. But
Yeah,
like it was like a second world. Like you were in the slums of a
of a village.
yeah, and like
Like,
no, not a village. Like it was a town. It was still like a town, and it was like
yeah,
commercialized a little bit. But like the thing I'll always use is like going to drink water unless you were me, and like by the end you had got food poisoning so much that you were immune to the drinking water.
damn.
Excuse me. Um, but unless you were me, like you had to like literally walk to go get water, and like I know some people who couldn't understand that.
Yeah,
Like, yo, I gotta go walk to fill up my like to go buy a water bottle to fill up my water bottle. Like,
yeah. It's different, huh? It's just
yeah,
different.
and it's like, oh, I gotta do it before like 1 a.m. because if not, it'll close and like there'll be no other way to get water.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's
Yeah.
crazy shit, but it's real. It's real shit.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It was like crazy to me when I first got down there. The first time I got down there, it was the funniest shit to me in the world because so I get down there and um all they say is you're like I come outside and I'm the first one out. And all they say is you're the only one that made it. And I'm supposed to be the last one that arrived. Everybody else's flight got rescheduled and 3 of them were on the flight with me. They just hadn't come out yet. But they go, "Oh, you're the only one who made this flight." And I was like, "What did I get into? Like who am I going with? Like what is going on?"
It's
And
crazy.
eventually like the 3 people come out or whatever, and one of my friends, she had lost her luggage, and so we go in to like ask like where like is our like where's her luggage or like what happened, and it had got left in Dallas or whatever. But when we get up there and go to walk away, the woman asked to take a picture with me. And I was like, afterwards, I'm like, why was she asking to take a picture with me? And she was like, oh, you're just like white, blonde hair, blue eyes. Like they hadn't ever seen you before. And they were like, oh, that could happen a lot. Never fucking happened again. Like never again in a million
Just
years.
one and done.
Yeah, just like they were like, oh, it could happen. And like first day, it broke the door. They were like, this could happen a lot. Never happened again. Like anything that can happen to those people, fuck it. They're like, yeah, that's just what it is. Like
Yeah,
it is
yeah.
crazy. Like, I mean, some of the times you look at like you'd come around on like a Tuesday morning and it would be those dudes who teach surf lessons and they'd just be like blacked out on the like basically like beach wall, like kind of like sand wall thing.
Yeah, little
And they'd just be
seawall.
like chilling, just like 11:37 on a Tuesday morning, just in a wetsuit,
Black.
just uh, just having fun.
Just living it up.
Yeah, they do their thing.
Doing it, yeah, they're just doing that.
But then I went to another place called Waras, and they like didn't like white people. I always felt like, but like that wasn't. I'm not the greatest person abroad. Like they say like the people abroad you should like blend in. I was like, yeah, I'll run around Juan Chaco with my shirt off. Like that's what I was like, yeah, I won't wear sunscreen. I'll become the kid who loses things and asks strangers who's horribly sunburnt. So like
Yeah,
after a week, everybody was like, yeah, that's just Koopa. Like that's
that's
just
yeah.
Koopa.
Like,
Koopa is just an idiot. Like as like kind of like their white village idiot for a little while.
hey, you get that person. Like, I guess you got that. What is it? Like, they know. Did they? So wait, did they know you as like that kid?
Yeah.
I
Oh,
mean, that's a good
100%.
story.
Because it had to be the one time when I lost my key and then I like
Wait, is
had
this a room key or like like?
this is
Wait, first
this
of all,
is
how do?
so there was an outside door to get into the house. Then we had our each individual room key. I lost my room key once, and then I broke Cullen's room key. But then they chose me, Cole, as the one person to keep an outdoor key, the key to the house for when we go out at night. And so I went
Oh,
out
you did
running
that
on
shit.
like day 5 and lost it. Horribly sunburnt, asked every single person, and then What happened was, this guy, like, I was looking in the morning, I come back at night, like, or whatever, and one of my friends, like, one of the guys I knew, like, not a friend, but a dude who I had known, um, came up to me and was like, "Hey, this lady has your key. Like, come back here tomorrow with 10 soles, which is $3." So I was like, "Ah, fuck that. Yeah, I have to do that."
Yeah.
Like, and here's your outdoor key. I was like, "Okay, sure." Came back to the spot, and I swear to God, I thought there was a dude that was clearly him. And I came up to him and asked him, like, "Hey, where's the lady?" And he's like, "Dude, I don't know you. I don't know who you're talking about." I just got him
Oh.
completely wrong. And for like 10 weeks, had seen him every day for like a week. And then for the next 10 weeks, couldn't find who he was. And I had come
That's
home and be like, some guy on the street has my key. And like, he's going to give it back tomorrow. And the house was like, awesome. And I was like, yeah, I don't know who he fucking is, though.
just
It's
some
like, he's
dude. Yeah,
just a
'cause they have
dude on
no
the
way of getting
street.
in
I don't know where
contact.
to find him. Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's a good time. It was a good time.
Yeah.
Until you end up in a Peruvian police station. And then you're like,
Is that a story you talk about, or
for another day. We'll save it
for
for another
another
day.
day?
We'll just say it as quickly as possible. Let's give him money and get the fuck out of here.